Sweet.
And then so just do 1, 2, 3, and then clap. All right. So what inspired you to do the bike trip?
Man, I'm gonna have to tell you a condensed version because it's kind of a long story. So pretty much back when I was like 13 or 14, I originally felt God putting the people of Latin America on my heart. I could feel the call of God saying, hey, go tell people about me. And I remember praying to God saying, God, how the heck am I going to do this? I don't know Spanish. I've never been down there. I don't know anybody down there. Sure enough, right after I graduated college, I was like, all right, God, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm going to trust you. And I bought a one-way ticket to Peru. When I was down there, I just met some random people over social media that were doing some ministry work down there. So I got in cahoots with them, was living with them for a bit. And then while I was living with them, I actually ran into some missionaries from Colombia. And where they live is the south side of Bogota. And for those who don't know, the south side of Bogota is pretty much a red zone. If you are a tourist, you do not go there. It is very dangerous, lots of drugs, lots of drug trafficking, all that stuff. So if you aren't from Colombia, you do not go to south side Bogota. It's a shanty town. The poverty rates are over 50% down there. Many people are homeless. I went down there in March 2022 for the first time, and I was just blown away by all the work we were able to do with limited funds. Just a couple $1,000, we were able to set people up and change their lives forever. So this past March, in March 2023, I went back down there with my friend Maverick, and we raised about $10,000 to build some houses for the Colombians down there, and that was phenomenal. We were able to do so much with that $10,000 that the idea was implanted in me. How in the world can we make a bigger impact? I remember it very clearly. It was when I was on the March 2023 mission trip. We were on a gondola. We were going back over these neighborhoods, and back in these hills, you could see these little tin structures. There's like mud floors, tin walls, tin roof, just really, really basic, rudimentary structures, if you can even call them that. And I remember talking to my friend Javier, and he told me, he said, imagine what something like $100,000 could do here. Imagine how many homes could be built, how many people could be placed into permanent housing, clean housing, safe, secure housing, and how many lives would be changed, how many future generations would be changed. And I remember that just really stuck with me. Imagine what something like $100,000 could do. So the plan for the bike fundraiser was hatched, and we decided on September 3rd as the departure date. So September 3rd, we will be leaving from Hecata Beach, Oregon, with nothing to power me across the country but my 2 legs and a steel will.
What is your personal, I guess you've already covered it a little bit, but what is your personal reason in a short kind of summary to do this trip?
I've been thinking a lot lately about how quickly our lives pass us by. How you talk to an 80-year-old or 70-year-old and they say, oh, my life went by so fast. I don't know what happened. I blinked one day and I was 80. And I think about that and I think, what a strange way to be alive. And I think I want to live my life differently from that. I do not want to wake up one day in a nursing home and think, where did my life go? I want to live a life in which I'm the boss of my days. I control my calendar. And I get to choose these crazy adventures I go on, where every hill I cross over is stunningly awesome. And every valley I go into is just amazing. Every single day, it's so jam-packed full of experiences and challenges and happiness and sadness and joy. Because in essence, it turns your 100 years on this planet into 1,000 when you live a life full of such deep experience.
How much will the $100,000 that you are planning to raise do for the people of Colombia?
Yeah, so a lot more than you'd probably expect. When we went down there, we took averages of our work down there, and we found that it costs about $3,500 each to get a family into a permanent, simple structure. And you know, these aren't big, elaborate mansions by any means, but They have running water, they have electricity, they have bathrooms, they have steel lockable doors. They're made out of brick. They have solid roofs. They have cement foundations. So for about $3,500 each, we can put a family into a home. And keep in mind, the average family size down there, I'd say, is anywhere from about 6 to 10 people. So $3,500, so that's about 30 homes, 25 to 30 homes. Just in this generation, we'd be able to house about 250 to 300 Colombians with the money. And that's not taking into account the future generations. We're housing their kids and their kids' kids that will get to grow up in safe, secure, clean housing instead of mud floors and just begging for scraps on the street. They'll be able to focus on social mobility and going to school, now that they have actual structures. So when I first went down to Colombia, what immediately struck me was how different it is from our comfortable lives in America. And what I mean by that, when I first got to the neighborhood, you just have these like emaciated, pretty much wild dogs running around. Then there's just like a bunch of trash all over the streets and a bunch of crime. You can't leave the place you're staying with your cell phone, or you're likely to get it stolen from you. And the second thing that really stood out to me as I was able to spend more time there was the humanity of these people. Kids with hopes and dreams for a future. Kids whose hopes and dreams have been crushed by poverty. To look in the eyes of an 11-year-old boy and see that he's already been defeated by life. See that the realization that he's not going to be able to do very much with his life because he's in such poverty, and it takes everything his family has just to put a little bit of rice on the table every day, really stuck with me. And I really wanted to make it my life's goal, my life's purpose to fight for those kids, to fight for people like that, to give them the hope of a future.
How can people contact you? So, like, what are your social media handles, and what can they expect to see?
Yes, sir. So we're going to be trying to keep you guys updated as much as possible. Connection, we might not have it every single night, but every time we do get connection, we'll be posting on Instagram. My Instagram is zach.harris. That's zach.harris. If you want to follow along there. I'll be posting on TikTok, Zach Across America, ZACH Across America. Also on YouTube, Zach Harris. You can find me on YouTube. I'll be posting YouTube longer videos like this on YouTube as well. You can also friend me on Facebook, Zach Harris. And then also in the coming months, we'll be coming out with a website, an official website that you guys can get connected on. But as for now, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook are the best ways to connect with us and to get in contact with me. We're going to be doing something really cool. We'll announce this more broadly in a little bit. But Bryson actually gave me this idea, so credits to Bryson. But what we're going to be doing is we're taking my bicycle helmet, and every person that sponsors a mile, we're going to write the name on the helmet. So it's like you guys are going on the trip with me. If you sponsor 5 miles, so that's $115, I will actually write your name on the bike. And it'll be in Sharpie, so your name will permanently be on there. So if you're interested in sponsoring a mile or 5 miles, let me know and we'll get you written on there.
So how can people donate? I know you talked about sponsoring the mile. What would be the best way for them to donate, as well as some alternatives?
Yes, sir. So as of now, the easiest and most streamlined way to donate is through the GoFundMe. Some of you are probably aware of this, but GoFundMe automatically deducts a 2.9% fee from every donation that goes directly to GoFundMe. So if you don't want to have that 2.9% fee taken out, you can Venmo me, Zelle me, or PayPal me. All of those links can be found in my link tree, which is in my Instagram bio. And going forward, we're looking at making an official nonprofit so that you can get tax receipts, tax deductible donations. So keep a lookout for that.
Finally, like, what are your visions for the future of this project? So after you've done the bike trip,
Sure.
and even after you've built all the homes that you funded?
Yeah, so we view this as kind of a launching point for our official nonprofit organization, which we ultimately have the dreams of being international and existing in numerous countries. So after the homes get built in Colombia, we have plans to be serving in Ecuador and in Brazil as well. We're connected with ministries there, and then eventually on to Africa, Uganda. As long as I have breath in my lungs, I want to fight to help fulfill that need in some capacity. So this will be the launching point for an official nonprofit. We haven't decided exactly what we're going to call it, but we'll be doing many projects to come, and I have a few of mine, but we're not going to release those just yet because we want all the attention to be on the big fundraiser for now. Definitely stick around, stay tuned, because there's going to be a lot of amazing projects, amazing different people that are helped and given hope. Yeah, so I think it's important to note that through everything we do, the goal to fulfill people's physical needs, which is getting them housing, getting them food, water, education, that's all secondary to our primary goal, which is to lead people to Christ. The love of God revealed through Christ Jesus is the most spectacular, wonderful thing that any human being could ever experience.